Hello friends. Today I would proceed further with the string concepts, and I would be telling you as to how we can compare two strings. Comparison of two strings is another important program which may be asked in the interviews. But before teaching you the comparison, I would like to give you the three cases so that you can understand as to how the comparison really has to be done. Pay attention. All the three cases, if you can understand, then the program also correspondingly would become clear. This is the case 1 that I would be discussing. This would be the case 2 that I will discuss, and this is the case 3 that I would discuss. Understand the three cases carefully. If I have to compare, I have to have two strings. This is the first string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations. This is the second string. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Assume that in this I have Sachin. Obviously null at the end. And in this I have another string, Dhoni. Remember, I am not copying one into the other. I am comparing the two strings. Whenever I have to compare the two strings, I have to have two strings. Okay, sir, how to compare Sachin with Dhoni, sir? You may ask. Very simple. First you find the count of the first string. You know the count of the first string, I would call it as count 1. And you know count 1 SACHIN, totally 6 characters I will get. Similarly, I will find the count of the second string, that I will keep it in the variable count 2, in which case DHONI Dhoni, the total count is 5. In other words, Sachin's count is 6, Dhoni's count is 5. That itself is sufficient to tell you that the strings are unequal. Why will you compare character by character? Not required. When the count is itself different, why will you compare character by character? So, I will tell here that if in case the count 1, if it is not equal to count 2, then easily I can tell if count 1 and count 2 are not equal, easily I will tell that strings are unequal. I can conclude strings are unequal like this. In fact, I should watch this output, so maybe here itself I can tell get CH, because I require some time to watch the output. After watching the output, why to remain in the program? I will exit from the program itself. I can exit, not an issue. I can exit from the program itself. Oh, okay, sir. We understood it, sir, that we would tell strings are unequal, and once after seeing the output, why to remain in the program? I will exit from the program itself. Okay, sir. Whatever you have told, it is fine. We have been able to understand. What next, sir? You may ask. Next, I will have to explain the second case to you. Pay attention. The second case, assume that in the string 1, I have one data, and in the string 2, I have another data. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe here I have SACHIN null. Here I have SAURAV null. Now in this case also, as normal, I will have to find the count 1. When I find the first count, SACHIN, totally 6 characters. If I will find the count 2, in Saurav also, SAURAV, totally 6 characters. I told you, don't get carried away by this 5. Totally in Saurav 6 characters, in Sachin also 6 characters. As you can notice, this time the counts are equal. Sachin is also 6, Saurav is also 6. So will you tell strings are equal? Is Sachin equal to Saurav? Certainly no. In other words, when the counts are equal, you can't conclude of that the strings are equal. You can't conclude. Rather, if the counts are equal, then you should check character by character. You may tell, sir, then in the last time, why didn't you check character by character? Why should I check character by character here? Anyway, the count is only unequal, means why should I waste time checking character by character? So there I can confidently conclude that the strings are unequal. Whereas here, because the count is equal, I have to take the extra care to compare character by character. Oh, correct, sir. How will you compare, sir? You may ask. As normal, I will initialize I to 0. Pay attention, this is a very important logic. As normal, I will initialize I to 0. Next, as long as. Tell me, how long will you continue the comparison? How long will you continue? Sir, I will compare S and S, A and A. Correct. Maximum till where will you go? Till you hit null. You should keep on comparing. Of course, before that only if a mismatch occurs, I will stop. I am telling you maximum up to where will you compare. Maximum up to null. In this case, maybe after a few characters mismatch will occur, so I will stop off in this case. But I am asking you in general, up to where you will go means up to null. That is what I am telling here. As long as whatever is there in str1 is not equal to null, and whatever is there in str2, if that is also not equal to null. Now, yes, here also not null, here also not null. Then what will you do? Compare it. How to compare it, sir? Like this. I will check if whatever is there in str1 of I, if it is not equal to str2 of I. Please understand, I am not interested in equality condition. Always, my intention is to check if it is not equal. Because if it is not equal, I can easily conclude not equal and I can stop off. That is why I told, focus on this logic. You may be already assuming something in mind, and hence whatever I tell, it may appear somewhat contradicting to you. Please understand, what I am trying to tell you is, if whatever is there in str1, if it is not equal to str2, say, you may tell, sir, here it is equal, sir. Who told you to look at this? Forget about this. In general, I am asking you, if str1, whatever is there, if it is not equal to str2, if it is not equal, then easily I will conclude. I will tell off that strings are unequal. Like that, I will tell off. Strings are unequal, I will tell. And after telling this message, I just have to see the output. So I will tell get ch. Anyway, strings are unequal. Why to remain in the program? I will exit itself. Remaining, tell me, all this you will do if and only if it is not equal. Else means if it is equal, what will you do? Nah, that is this case. If it is equal. If it is not equal, correct, you will tell strings are not equal, you will finish the matter. If it is equal, see here, S and S are equal. What will you do if it is equal? Will you tell strings are equal? Only this character S and S is equal, that's all. So don't tell else strings are equal. Don't tell like that. 100% strings are not equal. Okay, sir, then what to do, sir? You may ask. I repeat. If in case the characters mismatch, that is not equal means tell they are not equal, finish the matter. However, if in case they are equal, then you should go ahead. That is all that you are supposed to do. You should go ahead. So, I will go ahead. After going ahead, what, sir? Remember, you are in a loop. You are in a loop. So again you will loop back. When you loop back, again you will check. Not equal to null, not equal to null. Yes, it is not equal to null. Correct. Then I will get in. Whether they are not equal, I will check. No, they are equal. A and A are equal. If it was not equal, A and A, if it was not equal, I would have told off strings are unequal and I would have stopped. Because it is equal, I will come here and again I will execute plus plus I. So, I goes here, I goes here. Okay, sir. After that, what will you do, sir? After that, again I will loop. Because I am inside the loop, again I will loop. I will check if they are not null. Correct, they are not null. I will come in. I will check if the characters are not equal. Yes, C and U, they are not equal. Because they are not equal, I will tell strings are unequal and I will stop the process. Sir, will not the control go to plus plus I? No, because as you can see, not equal. Correct, C and U are not equal. If it is not equal, I will tell unequal and I will exit from the program itself. Obviously, control doesn't go to plus plus I. This is what you are supposed to do. Oh, correct, sir. What you told we understood, sir. What you told we understood. That whatever two strings they give, those two strings, first we should compute the count. Count logic I have already taught you. Long back I have taught you how to find the count. Using that logic I will find the count. After finding the count, if I see that the count itself is not equal, count itself is mismatching, then easily I will tell strings are unequal and I will stop off. No problem at all. However, sometimes the count may be equal. If the count is equal, what to do is the issue. If the count is equal, then you should compare character by character. First of all, maximum up to where will you compare? Till they are not equal to null. That is what first thing I have told. str1 also should not reach dead end. str2 also should not reach dead end. That is the first thing you should tell. They should not reach dead end. Till you reach dead end, compare. That is what. Okay, inside that I am telling, compare the first character with the first character. That is whatever is in str1, compare it with this. And when we compare, you may feel that I will check if str of 1 of I is equal to str2 of I. I am not checking for equality because I want to check if they are unequal. If they are not equal, that is what I want to check. If they are not equal, I will tell they are not equal and I will stop. If they are equal, I will come here, in which case I know S and S are equal, so I will increment I. And again I will loop, again I will loop, again I will loop. Anywhere if a mismatch occurs, as in this case, at C and U the mismatch occurred. The moment the mismatch occurs, not equal to condition is satisfied, hence we will tell strings are unequal and we will stop. I hope the second case is also completely clear. Okay, sir. Next what, sir, you may ask. Next it is the case 3. Assume this is our str1. Assume this is our str2. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After this, assume that I have here SACHIN null. Here also SACHIN null I have. This is the third case. Okay, sir. In this case, what, sir? In this case also same thing. First find the count. The first strings is count. I will keep it in the variable count1. You know that it would be 6. I will find the second one's count. I will keep it in count2. You know that is also 6. And as I told you, whenever the counts are equal, you cannot tell of strings are equal. Only count is equal. Now I should go and compare character by character. For comparing character by character only, this logic I have come up with. So the same logic holds good for that case also. Up to where I should keep on comparing till I not reach the dead end. Till then comparison should happen. If I reach the dead end, stop comparison. That is what I have told here. If str1 not equal to null, means it should not have reached the dead end. If str2 not equal to null, means it should have not reached the dead end. Remember, I am beginning at I equal to 0. So see, I am beginning at I equal to 0. How long? If it is not equal to dead end, if it is not equal to dead end, correct. Initially I am just starting, it is not dead end. Oh, if it is not dead end, come in. Check if they are not equal. No, they are equal. Oh, if it is not equal, I would have done this. Because s and s is equal, I will increment I. If I will increment I, then I becomes 1. After which again I will check, is it dead end? No, it is not dead end. Come in. If they are not equal, no, they are equal. Oh, because they are equal, I will not execute this. I will increment I. If I will increment I like this. Again after that I will check, not dead end. Yes, not dead end. I have still not reached the dead end. Okay, not equal. No, they are equal. Oh, if they are equal, again increment I. Again you can see, we will check, not dead end. Yes, they are not dead end. Not equal. No, they are equal. Oh, if they are equal, then increment I. Again I will get equal, increment I. Again I will get equal, increment I. Like this I kept on incrementing. Now when I go back and again check, not equal to dead end, no, equal to dead end. Not equal to dead end, no, I have reached off dead end. If it is not equal to dead end, then I would have come in. Now that I have hit the dead end, a control comes out. Now you only tell me, I have hit the dead end, control has come out, then looking at that string, what is the message that I will have to print here? 100% I should print the message, strings are equal. That is the message that I have to print. I have demonstrated there. While comparing, everything matched off, and you have hit the dead end. When everything matches only, you will hit the dead end and come out. And when you hit the dead end and come out, tell that they are equal. If everything doesn't match, then you will never hit the dead end. Like in the second case, S and S matched, A and A matched, here itself mismatch. The moment you saw the mismatch, you never went up to the dead end. Because of the mismatch, first only you told unequal and you stopped off. Remember one thing, if you go up to the dead end, it means that the strings are equal. That is what is this logic. It will go up to the dead end. If you reach up to the dead end, then you will come out and tell that strings are equal. This is the logic for comparison. All said and done, I would again very quickly tell you, first string I will take as input, second string I will take as input. I will find the count of the first string. I will find the count of the second string. The two counts I will compare. If the counts mismatch, then I will tell unequal. If the counts match, then I will compare character by character. Till where I will compare? Till I hit the dead end. If in case I hit the dead end, I will come out and tell that they are equal. Otherwise, I will keep on comparing internally character by character. If even one mismatch occurs, then I will tell off that the strings are unequal. This is the broad logic. How to use this logic and write a full-fledged program, I would be telling you as to how to write it. But I hope whatever I have told is completely clear. Analyze it and copy it. You may be thinking something else, but this is the logic for comparing the two strings. I hope I am clear on this. Quickly copy this. Alright, I hope all of you have been able to understand it and copy. Now I would be converting whatever I have told you here as the three cases. I would be writing a program. Of course, the program that I'm going to write initially would be in the unstructured style, and then I'm going to convert it to the structured style. Notice as to how I would be writing the program first in the unstructured style. Watch it carefully, don't copy anything. First, I would begin by telling hash include stdio.h. After that, I would tell void main. In the main function, I will create one character array str1 of 10. I will create one character array str2 of 10. I will also have to create integer variable count1 and also count2. I will also create one variable I. You know, broadly these are the variables that we require for this particular program. After which I will clear the screen. After clearing the screen, I will ask the programmer enter the first string. That is what I would be asking. Whatever is the first string that the programmer enters, I will scan it, collect and keep it inside str1. Similarly, I will ask the programmer that programmer enter the second string, sorry, it is percentages, enter the second string, and whatever be the second string that I would scan it and collect the entire string, and I will keep it in str2. Now I am supposed to continue further, and I am supposed to compare the two strings. As I have told you, if I will have to compare the two strings, first I should find the count of the first string, and then I have to find the count of the second string. That part is what I am now writing. Watch it. Finding the count long back I have taught you. There is nothing new for me to tell you. This is the way I can find the count of the first string, wherein I will tell, that is, I will initialize count1 to 0. Obviously I also would be 0, and then as long as str1 of I is not equal to null, I will have to increment the count. I will also have to increment I. Using this, I can find the count of the first string. If I have to find the count of the second string, same thing I have to do. I will initialize count2 to 0. I will again initialize I to 0, and then as long as str2 of I is not equal to null, I will increment count2 also, and I will increment I also, like this. After this, you know, I have to compare the counts. That is what I am doing here. If in case the count1, if it is not equal to count2, if the two counts are not equal, you know, then your job is very simple. If they are not equal, then you can tell directly that the strings are unequal. You can tell strings are unequal. And after telling strings are unequal, I want to see this output, so I will tell get ch, after which I can exit from the program itself. I know some of you may ask, sir, tell exit, sir, why inside that 0 you are telling, sir? You may ask. All that in my C aptitude I have discussed. This is not the point where I can explain what is exit 0, because it will distract us from programming. In the aptitude sessions I have discussed it. Whatever it is, if the count is unequal, say unequal and stop. Otherwise, if the count is equal, like in our case 2, like in our case 3, count was equal. So if it is unequal, do this. Else means if the count is equal. You know, if the count is equal, then I should compare character by character. And for the character by character comparison, I have given you the logic for the character by character comparison. This is what is the logic that I have given. That is, else I will again initialize I to 0 as long as we have not hit the dead end. Means str1 of I should not be equal to null, and str2 of I also should not be equal to null. Means we should not have hit the dead end. Okay, you have not hit the dead end. What will you do? Each time I will check. Remember, if you hit the dead end, then you will come out and you will tell off that the strings are equal. That is what I have previously explained. In our case 3, you hit the dead end. The moment you hit the dead end, you came out and you told strings are equal. Same thing I have shown here. If you have not hit the dead end, be inside. If you have hit the dead end, then come out. Oh, no, sir, we have not hit the dead end, sir. If you have not hit the dead end, go in and you check it character by character. If whatever is there in str1 of I, if it is not equal to whatever is there in str2 of I, then you can tell. If it is not equal, then I can tell strings are unequal. I can tell that strings are unequal. And after telling strings are unequal, to see this, I will tell get ch. After that, I will exit from the program itself. Why should I remain in the program? That is okay if the characters are unequal. Else, if they are equal, don't tell of strings are equal. Characters are equal, go to the next character. How? By telling plus plus I. I will go to the next character. Again, next character compare. If it is unequal, tell unequal. Otherwise, proceed. Again, proceed, proceed, proceed. Like that proceeding, if you hit the dead end, then come out and tell that strings are equal. In other words, that is the beginning of the main function. At the end of the program, as normal, always I would put a get ch, and you know that is the beginning of the main. This would be the end of the main function. I hope I have been able to convey. Very simple. I have taken the first string, taken the second string. This is computing the count of the first string. Of course, I should tell here as count 1. Here the count of the second string, and then I am checking the counts. If it mismatches, I will tell does not, I mean they are not equal. Otherwise, I will check here. If you hit the dead end, come out and tell strings are equal, like our case 3. Otherwise, compare. While comparing, if you get as unequal, tell unequal. Otherwise, increment and go to the next character. Very simple. I hope all of you have been able to understand. Anyway, let us check and see if really the program works or not. First, I will check the first case. When I compile, no issues. When I will execute first string, I will give it as Sachin, second as Dhoni. 100% I would get the output as strings are unequal. I would execute the second one again. In the second one, I would give the first one as Sachin and the second one as Saurav. Here the lengths may be equal, but string is not equal. Hence I would be getting it as strings are unequal. Next again, the next one, I would enter the first as Sachin, the second one also as Sachin, in which case I would get it as strings are unequal. I'm sorry, Sachin and Sachin, so I would get it as strings are equal. I hope all of you have been able to understand. Whatever previously the 3 cases I had enacted, I had given the trace, all the 3 cases only as it is I have coded. Of course, during coding, I have made use of unstructured programming style, because I have not made use of many functions. Only one main function I have written. How to convert it to structured, I would be telling you. Please be very quick. You can copy this as it is. Okay, I would now continue further, and I would tell you as to how the same program we would be able to write as the structured style. In the structured style, the main function's role is only to the extent of collecting the first string, collecting the second string, and then it should call off the compare function. Compare has to do all the remaining work. This style of division of labor, this style of one function doing one thing and then calling the other function doing the other thing, that is only called as structured programming. How to do it, sir? Watch it. Now that you are already experienced, it should not be a difficulty. All this I would have it here only, first string, second string, all that. After this, I would call the function called as my string compare. Like this, I would make a function call. As normal, at the end I will put get ch. This is the beginning, this is the ending of the function. Where is this my string compare function, sir? This is only my string compare function. I am just writing it here for your reference. This is only void my string compare function. This is the beginning of the function. This is the ending of the function. Of course, get ch here now at the end I need not put, because already in the main function I have put get ch. But if you notice, I really require in the main function only str1 and str2. I don't require count1, count2 and I here. Hence, I will take out this from the main function, count1, count2, I will take it out and I will put that here by telling it as int count1, count2. Also in the same line I can declare I, or in the next line like this I would declare I. If you ask me, sir, does the program work? It can't work, because str1 and str2 are local to the main function. Only main can use it. This function can't use it until and unless it is passed as a parameter. Hence, the main function, when it calls the compare function, it should not just call it like this. Rather, it has to pass the parameters. It has to pass str1 as well as str2. It has to pass it as parameters. And obviously, if the two things are passed as parameters, then here you should be collecting it. I will collect the first str1 as character str1 array. Similarly, the str2 also character str2 array. Like this I would be collecting it. And of course, the program now also doesn't work, because first we have the function call, later we have the body, hence I have to give the prototype. In the prototype I will give the return type, the function's name, and also the data type of the parameters, character array, and then you have to put a semicolon and end your sorry. I hope all of you have been able to understand the process. Let us see if the program works or not. Now if you notice, upon compilation, no errors. When I'll execute the same three cases, Sachin, Dhoni, I would get unequal. Similarly, Sachin, Saurav, I would get unequal. Similarly, Dhoni, Dhoni, obviously I should be getting it as equal. I hope all of you have been able to understand this as well. You can try writing it rather than mechanically copying. You can try writing it, but I hope all of you are now gradually growing in confidence when it comes to programming. Please be quick. Alright, so now I would like to further alter this program in a manner where the result of the comparison, would be given back to the main function. As of now, what is happening? Main is collecting the first string, main is collecting the second string, main is calling the string compare function. The my string compare function is doing all the work and also printing the result. I want to modify it. Let the main string function only get the result. Let it not display the result. Let it send it back to the main, and in the main I would like to display it. Oh, how to make it happen, sir? You may ask. Watch it carefully. Here, when I call this my string compare function, I would slightly alter this part of the code. Pay attention. This is the my string compare function, and when calling, obviously you will have to pass str1 and str2. Like this I would make a call. Because of this call, control goes here. All the work takes place, but wherever you are telling strings are unequal, get ch and all that, that I won't tell now. I won't print it here. Rather, what I will do is, if at all I want to tell that the strings are unequal, then instead of telling strings are unequal, I will return -1. Instead of telling that the strings are unequal, I will return -1 back to the main function. I will return it back to the main function. Even here, instead of telling that strings are unequal, I will take out all this, and I would here also return -1 back to the main function. And wherever I am telling strings are equal, there I will take it out, and maybe I will return +1. +1 means 1 I will return. Like that I will modify the program, such that in this function, I won't print anything. I am only returning. You may tell, okay sir, you are returning, but who is collecting it back in the main function? Who is collecting it? Remember, whatever you return here in the main function, it will go and sit in the variable called answer. That is the way you have to read this line, that my string compare function calls it. While executing, whatever is returned, I might have returned 3 returns, but actually one of the 3 only will get returned. All the 3 returns will never work simultaneously. If this works, those 2 doesn't work. If this doesn't work, only the second will get a chance. If that works, the third doesn't work. Like that only. If the first and the second return doesn't work, then finally the last return works. So one of them only will work, but whatever let it return, 100% it will come and sit in answer. Okay sir, you have not declared answer at all. That is not a big deal. I will declare it as int answer, because answer is either going to have -1 or it is going to have 1. You may tell, okay sir, that is fine, but where you are not displaying the result, that I will tell you. After this, I don't know what is there in answer. It can contain -1 or it can contain 1. Hence I will write here, if in case answer happens to be equal to -1, then I will print. You only know that if in case the answer is -1, then I have to print that strings are unequal. Otherwise I will print strings are equal. Otherwise I will tell printf strings are equal. Like this I can tell that the strings are equal. This is the closure of the else. As normal, at the end of the main function, I will have to tell get ch, which I have told. This is the beginning of the main, this is the ending of the main. That's all sir. Will it work sir? You may ask. A few small changes that we have to make. Now either -1 or 1 is getting returned. So I can't tell that the return type is void, because void means nothing. That is what is the meaning of void. I have told you previously. Void means that the function is not returning anything, but you know that we are returning either -1 or 1. In general, we are returning an integer. And obviously, if this changes, then in the prototype also we will have to change that the prototype should match with that. So here also I will tell int. This is the way I would be able to write the program. I hope all of you have been able to understand. Now let us once check it if it works or not. The same program has been typed. If I will execute, compile, no issues. When I will execute, again it is asking the first string, the same things I would tell Sachin and Dhoni, okay? In which case I'll get it as unequal. Similarly, Sachin, Saurav, I will get it as unequal, and then Saurav, I would be getting it as equal. I hope all of you have been able to understand. I have made this a habit of writing the same program in different styles, so that you get used to not only the programming but also the different styles of writing the same program. Now if you really look back at what you had in your CCP, the first semester C language, I think you will just laugh at yourself that it was so simple and still you are not able to understand it. Anyway, that is what is the purpose of this programming classes. Just in our 5th or the 6th video, if you are able to gather so much of confidence, imagine the extent of confidence that you would have gathered at the end of all the video sessions. Anyway, please be quick, copy whatever I have written. Alright, so I hope even this program you've been able to understand. As I keep repeating, make sure that you're practicing these programs. When you listen to the program, certainly it would be clear, but you have to practice, you have to commit your share of mistakes, you have to scratch your head, debug those mistakes, only then you can emerge as a strong programmer. Thank you very much.